I'm Doug Hoyes, a licensed insolvency trustee with Hoyes, Michalos & Associates, and I'm here today to explain how the statute of limitations works and how it affects you and your debt. If you ignore debt, will it go away? Not exactly. If you borrow money and you don't pay it back, you still owe that debt. There are only three ways to make the debt go away: pay it back in full, make a settlement with your creditor on your own or through a legal consumer proposal, or file bankruptcy. If you choose to ignore a debt, what can happen? Well, you may get collection calls and letters from either the original creditor or a collection agent. The creditor could sue you, and the debt may appear on your credit report. Here's what you need to know about ignoring a debt. If you owe someone money, even from years ago, there's nothing stopping that creditor or a collection agency from calling you to collect forever. Many people are surprised to get a call from a collection agency from a 10-year-old debt. It's likely a debt buyer purchased that debt for pennies on the dollar, and now they want to collect. You still owe that debt, so they can still call you. However, the statute of limitations gives you protection from a creditor taking legal action against you to collect that debt. If a bank or credit card company wants to collect on a debt, they might sue you, get a judgment against you, which is a piece of paper signed by a judge saying you owe the money, and then they can use that judgment to get a wage garnishment. A statute of limitations sets a maximum period during which a creditor can pursue these legal options. Every province has different laws setting out that time period. In Ontario, the Limitations Act says that a creditor cannot start a legal proceeding to collect money from you if it's been more than 2 years since the claim was discovered, which generally means 2 years since you last made a payment or otherwise confirmed that you owe the money. If a creditor tries to sue you after 2 years, you would file a statement of defense stating that the debt is too old. Don't ignore the lawsuit. After all, the judge may not know it's over 2 years if you don't tell them. But remember, even if the creditor can't sue you and can't get a judgment against you and garnish your wages because the debt is too old, the debt itself doesn't go away. Why is that important? Well, because the debt may continue to appear on your credit report. Equifax will purge or remove the old debt 6 years after the last activity. TransUnion will automatically remove it 7 years after the last activity. If you want to get a new loan, be aware that you have an old unpaid debt that will stay on your credit report for 6 or 7 years, which may impact your ability to borrow. After that, new lenders won't see it on your credit report. There are certain debts that are not covered by the statute of limitations, including tax debts, government student loans, alimony or child support, and parking tickets and fines. Some debts have other collection rights that don't go away, like 407 ETR debts and CMHC mortgage shortfalls. So should you ignore an old debt? If you're not worried about your credit report and you can handle collection calls and letters, you probably can ignore it. If you have old debt and perhaps other newer debts, it may be wise to look at options like a consumer proposal or bankruptcy to wipe the slate clean entirely so you can get a fresh start.